Hey, Bay, welcome to Let's Talk Show. Share, like, comment, get ready. We are about to get started. Hey, Bay, have you tuned in to Let's Talk Show? Hosted by yours truly, Media Bay. Your chatty Afro-Latina that siempre has something to say. If you're interested in sponsoring an episode, just hit me up on heymediabay.com. Let's Talk airs live and can be replayed on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, Twitch. Just search Media Bay. Like, share, comment, and let's talk. See you, babe. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Show. I'm really excited. As you see, this week coming up, we're going to have a little bit more of intimate conversations and topics that we'll talk about. So shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Listen, share, like, comment, share, because we really want to hear what people have to say on this particular topic. Just as a reminder, Let's Talk is live on Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook. So pick your destination, join us for the conversation. If you're interested in being a sponsor for Let's Talk or any upcoming shows, go ahead and hit us up at www.heymediabay.com. Also, we do still have just a few slots available for Hey Bay Live. It's an virtual concert experience where artists that sign up also do get an opportunity to kind of interact and work with me. I assist them with artist development, content creation, social media review. In addition to if you need EPKs, any content or visuals created, I assist the artist up to the point of the show, which will take place December 2nd. Shout out to Triple P Studios, which will be the location. And if you missed the last Hey Bay Live, well, here's a clip of what you missed and what you could look forward to if you register. Registration is still on early bird pricing through September 30th. After that, prices go up. I ain't bringing them down. Oh, is it? You saucy. Hey Bay Live is back. Artist registration is now open. That was Hey Bay Live, the first one, and I can't wait for the next one, December 2nd. So make sure you RSVP, make sure you register if you're interested. So on that note, let's just get to the fun and games of tonight's topic. Let's talk social media and relationships. Oh my gosh. So it's been one of those things that this new age has had to, not even new age, because when I was in high school, there was Facebook. Facebook was the beginning of it all. If you were not in the top friends, it was a problem. If you was dating somebody and you were not in that top list, it was a problem. So social media at that point in time started to kind of wedge itself into relationships, into even friendships. But tonight specifically, we're going to look into social media and your relationship, your bae, your boo, your honey bun. We're going to look into that conversation and see how it's affecting or helping your relationship. And we're going to look at all aspects of it. So I have a few people joining me tonight. We're going to start with Kay. She's a model and actress, very amazing individual. Always positive. Every time I've ran into her, we've done shows together. Y'all know I love people that give off good vibes and good energy. So let me bring her on.
Hello.
Hey, babe.
How you doing, babe?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing today?
I am good. I'm good. I am ready to get into tonight's
Into
topic.
this topic.
It's a
Listen,
good one.
I hope somebody don't argue tonight. You know, we want to. I really just want to look at all aspects of it. I don't want to come off from it from a bias, from a I want to just be really just like honest. So, um, let me ask you, what is your opinion when it comes to now? This is the thing, and and I want folks to chime in and listen and give me input. Social media, and your relationship. There's different things of it. Whether you post it, whether you don't, whether you follow each other, whether you all these little different things that seem so simple and minuscule, people can break up over it.
Yeah.
So how do you like when it comes to social media and relationships in your relationship? Um, what is your outlook on it? High level. 'Cause we're gonna get into the details.
It depends on so to me, to start it off, it depends on the relationship because then you have the dating, then you have the serious dating, and then you have the married. So it's certain ways you go about
There's
in different
levels.
aspects. Huh?
There's
Yeah,
levels.
yeah, it's different levels to the way you do it because the dating couples, they may have different rules as far as how they go about social media. Me, I can only speak from my experiences of being married. It's more so we understand that it's just social media. So everything doesn't get put out there because, I mean, it is social media, but of course, you have to be respectful of each other. Because honestly, when you're putting stuff out there, you're fishing. Most people be fishing. So if you're in a relationship, why are you putting certain things out there if you don't want other people to respond?
Agreed. And you know what's crazy? I'm glad that you mentioned that because that was a thing that I had to. And ironically, I was talking to one of my friends, and she was kind of having that same epiphany moment. She said, "Okay, so you know how YouTube loves to remind you of your memories, right?
Yes.
And I'm not YouTube, Facebook, and you'll be like." Oh, I can't believe I used to post that. I can't believe I used to be. Listen, for me, I'd be like, I can't believe I came off this Thursday. This
Listen,
like honest speaking. And I'm like, ugh. And I'm aware because I've grown up, adulthood happens, but I've grown up now and realized, okay, but that is not how I want to move forward because I can be honest and say I knew I currently understand what engagement comes from posting certain things.
yes.
Um, and as a model, it's hard too because if I would there's one particular picture that's always it's one of my favorites that I love it, but the bikini that I had on was it was like it was flawless.
Girl, let's talk about the bikini pics. And yes, listen, when you're a model and you have a man and you have to post stuff like that, it's touchy because it's like you have to explain because I used to always have to explain. It's not for personal. It's like I have to be out there in order for somebody to see. So you have to put certain things out there. But I learned over time, you don't got to put everything out there because sometimes when you put too much, a lot of people don't like to work with you. So
Yeah, no, it creates even like a perception or when especially in the professional aspect of everything. And I'll be looking, I'm like, gosh, and there's even when I do TBT, I be wanting to post back pictures, but then I was like,
it ain't me no more.
today, okay? I don't want the problems that come with this picture because it's not necessarily you, is you can't control the other weird people out there.
That part.
And you
So
know what's crazy is you can. So you mentioned earlier, everything doesn't have to go out there, right? So you could say, I'm not everything, even as far as having a partner, doesn't have to go out there. But then when you post certain things, people get this person be like, oh, okay, let me go hard eye, shoot my shot. And we're just like, no,
don't do it. Don't do it. You're like, no. Listen, I've had that situation where I had to explain to my husband, listen, I cannot control the comments. I could turn them off, but I can't control it. But you should feel like, okay, my girl get the comments, but like you can't
But
turn you can't control what people say.
and for those out there, like one of the things I really want to remind people is you really have to consistently reassure and consistently communicate with your partner about it, because even for myself, yeah, like I know my boyfriend loves me, I know it, but every now and then you gotta tell me I love you, you look good. I need to hear those things.
Reassurance every now and then, don't hurt. Yeah.
And you have to also remind your partner, like, listen, this is just what it is. There's nothing more to this, And I will say, I think most of the time, if you could be proactive about it versus them. So what do I mean by being proactive? I be like, sometimes, like when I did my birthday shoot. Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. We gotta bring someone that's gonna hold it down for the guys. Let's just say, because my ADHD is real. But from a respect aspect, and also making your partner feel included in it. If when I got my birthday pictures that I did, I was like, I showed my boyfriend, look, these are the pictures. And even just saying, hey, which one do you think I should post first? That helps a lot, especially if you're in that particular field. Just to incorporate them, and then, let them, or if they're not around, and the photographer, the clothing line, or whoever you did that shoot for is saying, hey, I need you to post this at this time, and you can say, hey, babe, this is what I'm about to
communication.
Communication aspect. Hold on. Let me bring in Trouble.
Uh-oh.
Yo.
Hello. Hey.
What's good?
Things good. Everything. Can we smoke on here?
Yes. Because you're not in my house, so you good.
Can I take a sip?
Yes, you can.
Okay, cheers.
All right.
How are you? Lamborghini Love. What's good?
How y'all doing?
We are good. Now we want to hear what you have to say.
So we started on a conversation of social media, how it just has become a thing that it's part of a relationship, whether you like it or not, really.
Right.
So we were getting opinions. So before we start getting into individual parts of it, what's your opinion when it comes to social media and your relationship? And by relationship, I mean like a significant other.
Can y'all hear me good? I need to put my headphones in.
We can hear you good for now. We'll call you out if we can't.
Okay, so my whole feelings behind social media, you know what I'm saying, in relationships, is basically the communication factor. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to deal with somebody that's down the same lane as you or understand. You understand? Like, a rapper like myself couldn't deal with a regular 9-to-5 individual. You know what I'm saying? Because it's two different lifestyles. You understand?
Really? It will. Really is, because.
Hold up, Anna. I need to cut you off. I don't want to see a girl off of what's the name of the show? Goddamn, Wildin' Out. B Simone when I'm saying 9-to-5. What I like a daytime shift, rather. All right.
Okay, we getting that.
My girl, overnight shift. You know what I'm saying? So she's more in the nightlife like me. So we're on the same wavelength. But if I was moving at night, dealing with somebody that has a day job, then it's a little bit more difficult.
Because they don't understand the lifestyle. They don't understand the life.
Right.
They'll be like, why you have to understand and at least be or know what that life is like. So he understands, okay, he has to be here this late, or he had to post this. Like, especially for artists or even anything that involves fans. Yeah,
right.
But I ain't gonna lie. So, as you know, my boyfriend's an artist, and so a lot of times I know what comes with the job.
Right.
But then there's struggles of finding that comfortable, respectable place, which I also learned as well, because for me, when I take a picture, if I take a picture with someone of the opposite sex, I am now like Negro, keep your hands where they could be seen. Keep your, even to the point that most of the time now I'll just be like, just post it like this.
Like,
Because you just don't, and it's not necessary. There's a respect concept for him, but also just the fact that people are messy.
Yeah.
People are messy.
But again, you know what I'm saying? That reflects your counterpart. If your counterpart knows your intentions, then he shouldn't have a problem with anything because he knows you better than anybody else knows you.
Correct. But still, I have to be cautious with my actions and what I post, because he could be secure, but also, so one of the things we talked about earlier was sometimes you can't control the reaction or the engagement from somebody else when you post something.
Especially being out in the public eye, because when you put something out there, especially on Instagram, it goes and you don't know where it goes. And so, so when people do see it and they comment, it's like, so you can't, I don't like, you don't read all the comments, but I mean, you can't control if a man say, hey, your woman looks like blah, blah, blah. I mean, you can't control it.
Nah.
You just have to condition your significant other to understand, hey, this is just what comes with it. And this is what you have to deal with. Like, I mean, this is what comes with it. I know my boundaries. Trust me.
Like, I know.
Yeah, I know where I can stop at.
Due to the fact that entertainer and everything, I use that same perspective with the way I treat my household. You know what I'm saying? Like, when my girl go out, I influence her. Like, nah, baby, you should wear the thongs with so them booty nice. And like, I don't really put any restriction. You know what I'm saying? I know what me. So if I'm shooting and it might be a girl by me with a thong, you can't really be upset. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what comes with the job description. So I'm a little free, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we pretty much got a real good relationship as far as social media. You know, it was a problem because she didn't understand why I post so much and why I'm social. But that goes
That's the part right there.
that goes with, you know what I'm saying? Like, I make sure that if somebody comments on my page, I'm commenting back on everybody's stuff. I might put a fire or something. I might love it. It's only for engagement purposes. There's no extra. You know what I'm saying? It took her a while to understand that.
It does take them a while to learn that.
But let me ask you though, because this is the one that is always I'm gonna say, controversy, right?
Yeah.
Right? This right here.
Mm-hmm.
Emoji.
Mm-hmm.
See me, I'm very around doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. Like, if a girl comments that I like, I love the comment, but I'm not heart eyeing pics. That's disrespectful, man.
Exactly. I feel like if my significant other does that, yes, that's disrespectful. If somebody else does it to me, I mean, I can't control it again. So hey, and if somebody does it to him, we can't control it, but we can only control our actions, how we interact with those people. Like you said, it takes a while for them to understand that, like to understand the rules of, hey, we know that this is 2020 and social media is how everything gets done these days. So we gonna have to have it if you wanna get yourself known, be seen, get out there in your field. So it's something we have to have.
Yep. Really can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, posts up a pair like Air Force One, like she heart eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yo, why you like posting up? No, because then that makes it's just some shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some DM, some inbox, and you know what I'm saying? But trying to be the gotta be more or less more reserved and be like, it ain't gonna go that far, fly, fly, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a never closing door. It gets turned into so many. You know what I'm saying? So your best bet, gotta know your partner. You can't jump the gun.
So let me ask you, because this DMs.
Yeah.
So like for me, I'll have that because Instagram does the section where you kind of the people you rock with or that you've answered to, then the people that and then you got the people that you're just like, why you here? But you never put them over into the other category.
Mm-hmm. Then you got the others that's requested.
Yeah, you're just like, so let me ask you guys, would you get bothered if you, let's say you go to borrow your significant other's phone, you go and you see there's a DM, but it's unanswered or it's in the requested from someone that ruffles your feathers a little bit?
See, now me, I never put into girl's phone because I want to take something a totally different way. You know what I'm saying? Because when that going around, you see red regardless.
Yeah.
That could be a distant cousin or a relative she ain't talked to, like, hey, what's going on? And I look at it like, yo, this nigga is. I'm looking crazy to her. She's like, yo, this my cousin. You tripping. But then again, that might not be cousin.
Yeah, I've jumped the gun before and seen it and be like, it wasn't answered or anything, and it's just like, okay, who the hell? Who is that? Who is that? It's like, okay, that's nobody. But it wasn't unanswered.
It's us being protective of what we love and what we want. We're like, wait a minute, but you gotta real quick and be like, wait a minute.
See, now I know to stop and think. Like, okay,
now
let me go. And before I would, who is this? I'm sorry.
Act out, get you a nice water and go exercise, and then you'll bullshit.
Yeah, that wouldn't work for me.
We still gotta have a talk.
It says, may your life one day be as fabulous as you pretend it is on Facebook. The people that have to give this everything's good persona. Y'all seen those couples, they all kissy face. They went to Cancun. They got that sunset beach picture. But realistically, they didn't even talk to each other all the whole trip. It's like, why?
So it could work two ways. Because, like, okay, I'm going to speak from my experience. In my experience in my marriage, we kind of don't put a lot of things because we don't want that outside in there. You want to protect what you have, because I feel like your relationship, the reason a lot of relationships don't last nowadays is because of social media, because everybody is so insecure about what the other is doing on social media. So it's like when you see the ones that's hot, sometimes like me, we just don't post certain things because we don't need, like, if we arguing, I'm not gonna say, hey, let's get on social media and argue together. We don't need everybody else telling us how, because once you post it, now you have to deal with the other energies coming in saying, hey, you should do this, or no, you should do that, or hey, I see his problem, so let me sneak in the back door, so you don't want any of that. That's the thing. That's sometimes people do it to just, okay, I'm only gonna put out what I want, and then others put it out because they just want to put on and make it seem as though it's perfect and everything is great, but deep down inside they're like, yeah.
Because I'm just like, other people's validation of your relationship shouldn't matter. It's just like, nah, son. It's crazy. And even for me, sometimes I'll do an occasional post just so, and I do it just to be petty and full of shit. Just be like, yeah, we still here.
Yeah, every now and then,
Yeah,
I don't have to post them all the time, but that if you've seen them before, that, hey, is somebody there, but I don't gotta post it every 5 minutes.
Yeah, I post Wednesday story, so that's like a post every Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Now, would it bother you if, and it may be one of those, depending on the stages where you're at in your relationship.
Yeah.
does it bother you if, because you got Facebook that has the relationship status? Y'all been together for 500 years and it still says he's single.
Yeah,
Or
Oh
she,
yeah,
does that bother you?
that
nah,
would bother me. Yeah, because we together, so you better tell everybody else we together. Goddamn it!
Facebook
Don't
page.
just say it in private.
Yeah, me and my aren't linked, like both, but everybody knows we together though. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I don't have mine linked. Mine just says in a relationship. But the thing is, what I like to remind people though, what's crazy, because I ain't gonna lie, I have my moments that he's probably just like, oh my gosh, Anna, really? But I have my moments, but the other thing is I've also realized is you could put all of that out there. You could put every single bit of it.
and
It is not going to stop
right, no,
some
that's,
people.
It's not.
if you just know your partner and know his or her intention, and then you good. You know what I'm saying? Because
Exactly.
it can go different ways. You know what I'm saying? So it's like best off just loving and knowing that person. You know what I'm saying? Because when you open up that instant door, it never closes.
Now, what about when like you post certain things that you either find funny because you on your Facebook hilarious. Like you
Yeah,
post funny things, you post things that you either can enjoy, relate to, or just it's something that you think people should see or hear about. And then your significant other could be like, wait a minute. So like we had when I had the girls talk a couple of months back, they one of the reasons they said they're single is because of social media. There was like
Yeah.
dudes will be like, you act single on Facebook. The stuff you post is not something of somebody that's in a relationship, and they're just like, I'm just talking shit.
Because some people don't take social media seriously. Some people just like, oh, I just post stuff on Facebook or Instagram. Like my husband doesn't post personal stuff because of his former life. So he's like, I don't really post personal stuff, but he does get on and like post like political and stuff like that and funny stuff, and I don't mind it. I mean, people don't really respond, but I don't mind that stuff. It's like the other, if he was to get on and say the other stuff, that's when it's like, okay, but we don't take it serious because it's like at the end of it, what if they just shut it off one day,
right.
You don't want to lose your relationship over something that can go away. It
In
might be your,
24
like you were
hours.
dating, it could work out.
Yeah, that's a fact. Always goes back on earlier. Um, dealing with somebody who knows the ins and outs of your, job description. You know what I'm saying? Even on a personal level, like I only have one child. You know what I'm saying? And my girl had, and my thing was, I got back into the dating pool was like, listen, I'm gonna deal with somebody that has or kids because they understand the ins and outs of, okay, I gotta go meet my baby mama and get my child. I gotta do this. When dealing with a chick that don't have any kids, thinks y'all is still around with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're dealing with somebody who has a father, understands, okay, it's nothing. He's really just going to get his child. And it's the same as far as entertainment and social media goes. Like, your bae is a rapper or entertainer, and that comes with a male. He's gonna have a bigger female audience than male audience. Cause all us male syndrome, no, I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga. So you gonna have more girl status than more men. You know what I'm saying? So my girl is very strong when it comes down to that. She don't be tripping, but she know my intent. No, I'm posting because of the. It's not like I'm out here saying knows that because my Facebook platform is so big to the point where if I was a dog ass nigga, it'd be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I get comments, likes, and all. If I was doing shit behind closed doors, it'd be out immediately.
Like you'll know.
No, because I got too much following.
Now, have you guys ever heard of what they call micro cheating?
Mike,
You ever heard that term? Micro cheating. Yeah, I just discovered all of this. So I do a little research before I start on the topic. And I was just like, what? But there's all kind of topics and set for all different stuff. So it says micro cheating, any individual action on social media that can hurt your partner's sense of security in the relationship. Now, the problem with this, though, being very honest, is the fact that it says that can hurt your partner's sense of security in the relationship. Sometimes you can't control their security, especially if they entered with a lot of security issues.
If you don't know the background, of course, you don't know what caused those insecurities if you don't stop and have that. See, a lot of people skip that friendship, that friendship phase when you find out all that stuff. Yeah, some people with the whole Facebook and the internet dating, people skip that. They go straight to, let's get in a relationship, let's have sex, and let's go from there, and let's show the world that we're together, and they forget to learn who they're with and learn if they do have any insecurities, or watch the person before, like watch how their movement before you actually get with them. Like, if you feel like, okay, if you meet somebody on social media, you can't expect them, like if you meet them and they're like, very popular, you can't expect them to just say, okay, well, I'm just gonna put this down because I have, I'm in a relationship. You can't expect that. You gotta let them understand, like, hey, I'm just joking on here. These are just jokes, or hey, I'm just working on here. It's just work, and
Shout out to who was it? It was Jackie and Bossy B. They were just like, they was like, you for the gram. That's what they said. They said they're the guys they would talk to. They was like, this is why I'm always single, because they just say, just put it down right here. It's like, you for the gram. You not you for the book. You ain't for. Oh, that's so hard.
Oh my goodness.
The times that we're living in, these phones are our bodies anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I personally feel like, what can I say for lack of better words? Yeah, you should somebody that you know prior to social media, because a lot of taken the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have any background information on the person, or you haven't spent any time with that person outside of your cell phone, then it'll be a little difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to put the pieces together. So I think you need a background for relationship.
You do.
You know what you guys made me kind of really realize? So a lot of the times they say you have to kind of, as you're getting to know the person, you have to, of course, get to know their past and get to know them. But it's almost like you have to also get to know and learn your social media habits early on, so that you can understand if this is something, make the decision now, if this is something you can get, that because it's actually how we handle and how we are with social media has now become almost like a character trait of ours,
Yes. And you can learn a lot about a person if you're just meeting this person, you take some time and study their social media, you learn a lot about them.
Yeah.
A lot.
Like somebody that is, I ain't gonna lie, and I've only done this once. I can confidently say I don't think I'm in that space, or I'll go to that space ever again to do that again. So I don't think I'll be a repeat offender. Disclaimer. But like people that are so quick to blast their significant others' wrongdoings, that to me on the early set would scare me, because I know I'm not perfect. Yeah. I don't need you every time, now you blasting, every time out there. Not so early on, that'll be something for me that's like, I don't think I want that. Like I did that once, but
that's why you have to set rules, ground rules. I feel like your relationship should not be on social media. Yeah, you can post pictures, but I grew up in the area of what happens in my house stays in my house. So whatever relationship issues you're going through, it does not belong in the open or the Twitterverse or social media verse.
But that's what I said about understanding or learning that person's habit, because the posting of it is impulsive. That means there's something psychological there.
Yes.
And that means that's a trait they have. They are an impulsive person that will just react on that moment. So, like if log out with a girl and, he's noticing before he even gets with her, he's noticing like every time somebody does her wrong, it doesn't even have to be a significant other. Somebody does her wrong, she blasting them on the gram. That'll be a red flag.
Like, I don't want to be the next person you blast, so I'm gonna just stay away.
That's crazy to me about the whole social media situation is like this, right? All of us are 30 plus or 25 plus, you know what I'm saying? So we really were on the brink of social media came to an existence. We had more than enough time to practice through Black Planet, through
Yes,
MySpace,
I remember that.
Instagram,
MySpace days, them top 5 friends.
classmates. We've been through this. So if you doing all that in 2020, you really clout chasing. And the thing about that is, like, I see a lot of people in relationships always posting up statuses and this, that, and the third. You don't even know that you conditioning yourself to be that person. You become a Mary J. Blige. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're catering to that demographic because you always posting about how niggas ain't shit or how women ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? The more
And that's what you attract.
likes you get on that topic, feel like you indebted to that topic. You looking for posts that go with that shit every day, and to the point where you looking like, dog, every time I go on your page, you posting some emotional shit. And niggas don't even know they doing it. Like, bro, posted up at least 7 like indirect shots at your girl, but niggas know what's going on. But you don't know that we peeping. Like, it's something not going on right in your house if you're posting this shit with her next to you. Why you talk to her? Why you talking to us? We don't really fuck.
But that brings a deeper problem. So social media gave us like a way to speak. So a lot of our men, they don't have an outlet. They don't like to speak.
Right.
They don't like to tell their feelings. But when you're behind the camera and you're on your phone, you can say and be as emotional and as vulnerable as you want, because people are not going to judge you as bad, because sometimes they may just think that it's a joke or you're playing around, and you could be dead serious. You could be dead serious, but they won't never know your true intentions because you hide behind just the text on the screen.
They don't know that themselves. Like, you posting back to back like nobody's paying attention. We see, you know what I'm saying? It's like a patient talking to a psych. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see where you going with this, bro. Why don't you just talk to her about this instead of us? Because we really don't care what's going on in your house for real. We looking at this as entertainment. Like, oh, he
Today on channel IG Drama
did this time, bro. You know what I'm saying? And type of shit in bad off there. On, bro. This her calling me right here. Like, come on, man. You doing all this shit talking and you answer on the first ring. Like, come on, bro. You doing it for the life.
but it's facts. That is definitely facts. It's almost like with anything with a relationship. At the end of the day, you have to early on
Yeah.
understand, converse, have the conversations. Just like you're supposed to teach someone or show somebody your love language. It's almost like you also have to kind of show them and have them understand. Because I'll be honest, one of the things, and I uncovered this through therapy. One of the things for me that was a trigger, but I also let my boyfriend know that it's a trigger. I was living in the same house with my ex-husband, and he blocked me on Instagram.
Yeah.
I did that before with my husband.
I lost it.
Oh, he did too. He was
like, why are you
exactly.
But for me, added trauma.
I can tell you why I did it.
Toxic situation to begin. That social media, all not together under the same roof. So that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? That's toxic. So y'all was kind of.
We were listen. It was a shit show. It was crazy.
Listen, I know about the shit show. I was up there when you was talking shit up there. streets. Like 2017, 2018.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, when I came, I was going through the separation at that time, but mind you, this happened in 2014, if I'm not mistaken, and I lost it, and it didn't make sense. And I'm like, why did you block me? It only to find out, of course, he ended up blocking me, so I couldn't see the comments of his new girlfriend. So what? And that was the thing. Like, so I learned that my insecurity, my PTSD, when it comes to social media, came from that. It came from you are either you block me or you don't post me or you keep me away from this because you're hiding this. And it sucks because that is not the case with my current situation, but that's where my brain goes because I need to unlearn that.
What was
because it's still traumatizing. It still opens up a wound because you're still worried.
What was
you gotta. It'll take time. It's something that don't happen overnight.
What was the house? What was the temperature in the house when he blocked you? Was y'all still like physical, all that good shit? Was it nothing?
Okay. The temperature in the house was this. Okay. I had kicked him out when I found out about the girl. Moved to a smaller unit. He came back around like we was gonna start working on things again, and he blocked me like a day into being in the house. But one of my friends has screenshotted me because I was like, this is weird. He just did this. And I was just like, why did you block me? We had into a huge argument. He left that night. So he was just coming back, trying to come back to be with me. To then, I guess, I don't know. He was in that mental weird space of trying to figure out where he wanted to be like Donnell Jones. And I was just like, it just blindsided me because you came back to try to make things work, and now you blocked me, and come to figure out it's because you have the girlfriend.
Yeah, that fall on him because, like you said, so he didn't know where he wanted to be. But yeah, that
Jones ass nigga
blocking you and y'all in the same house and y'all supposed to do things, then that's a red flag.
I did it in marriage. And it was only because in the beginning my husband didn't understand. We were going through things, and he didn't understand the comment, other people's comments.
You blocked him because you was like, you don't know how to handle this, bro. Stay out there.
I was like, okay, so I don't want any issues, so I just gonna go ahead and go ahead and cut it off for a second, just block it. And then he found out. I didn't think he would
notice that fire.
So I never thought he would notice because he really didn't go on. So when he noticed it, he was like, so you just gonna block me? Like, I'm blocked. I'm like, because you don't know how to handle other people's comments. So I don't want you to be able to see it because I can't control it. I don't want to block people because I'm just now getting out there. People need to see me. So it took a minute, but now we get it.
And that's the component that, especially like, you have to have engagement. It's what helps drive everything for you. And also, if you go ahead and you block somebody that commented, or gave fire emoji or whatever, people are going to be like, dang, if I comment, I'm going to always get blocked, or this person's going to, people talk. And then you're just like, you're even for listen, when one of the mentalities that I have when it comes to dating an artist, is go home, girl, be a fan. I need you to be a fan, baby girl. I need you to play. Yes. I need you to stream. I need you to tell your friend about of how fine he look and what you need. I need you to do that because it's going to help our household.
Exactly. That's why I have to understand. Like, it's just fans. It's just people that they don't really want me. They just, it's enticing because that's what social media does. Now we can't go out and, especially now with COVID, we can't go out the way we used to, just regular, passing out cards or business cards or, just talking to people the old way. So now you have to do things on social media to get yourself out there.
Right. I commend my because she had the, what I'm saying, like it was a transition for her because she had PTSD behind infidelity. You know what I'm saying? When you come deal with a nigga that's really, really popping and you see like a lot of women commenting and take you back to that place. You know what I'm saying?
It really does. It's a PTSD.
Yeah.
It is.
The little wires start to spark in your brain, your head tilt, and you'll be like, wait, and you gotta fix the wires back and be like, girl, sit down.
Trying to make, you know what I'm saying? Like, my girl was early. It was like November, October is when I had my podcast. I had 2 strippers. You know what I'm saying? So you know what comes with the job description, the stripper work. You know what I'm saying? So
Ooh. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, they was twerking live on the podcast, and she lost it. She like, them girls was too close to you. I can't deal with niggas like this. You know what I'm saying? We had a long fight about it. You know what I'm saying? But eventually she got over it. The more and more she was.
That's somebody that keeps calling him. He got to be like, I'm doing a show. Go on, leave me alone.
Call me later.
Call me in 10 minutes. But I can actually, when he comes back, to piggyback on that, because even when like doing music videos, like I had to get, I understand, because of course when you do photo shoots too, and you have someone of the opposite sex with you, Lord, listen, the other thing was like, for modeling, an insecure man, you cannot, because you've ever been backstage on a runway show when it's time to change, you be butt naked, don't even realize it in front of bra here,
everybody.
Right left.
I had to explain. Listen, I had those talks. It took so long for him to just be like, okay, I get it now. Like Fashion Week, Fashion Week, most of the time, most of the men that are there, New York Fashion Week, are, they're gay. So they don't really want me. And I mean, he thought like every man was looking. I'm like, no, these men, they don't want me. They want the same thing I want. So stop. Why are you just like tripping? Like, come on. Oh, but you hug this one. It's like, that's how you have to be nice. You want people to, you want to be like, you just want to go in there with your bad energy. Like, I'm not talking to nobody,
Okay, so you're like, strippers were too close. She lost it.
Yeah, she was losing. You know what I'm saying? And I just had to her and just show her. Man, when you're dealing with somebody that's not in the entertainment field, again, like we know, it's not an easy pill to swallow, especially if they got PTSD. Other women dealing with their dude or whatever it was in those times. You just got to be sure that you situation. Like I was overly, you know what I'm saying, establishing myself. That's not what it is. You feel me? That's just a part of what I do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not doing all that. So you got nothing to worry about. The show one ended up twerking because they're strippers. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do. You feel me? So
they twerk.
Work. You know what I'm saying? I done had chefs come to my podcast and they cook. They're chefs.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
no different.
But, it's just something to get over. Once you know who you're dealing with, you pretty straight. You know
so realistically, I mean, and I think everyone needs to understand, it takes both parties. It's not going to be just because it takes both parties. That communication law is so key because, at the end of the day, you could talk, but the other person has to be willing to understand and listen. Because y'all won't like it. Listen, even for me, I mean, even if you get with somebody in entertainment, they may be understanding from a certain aspect of entertainment. Someone that's a blogger and they're behind the screen really does not grasp the importance of having to engage and interact with people. And they could be like, why you got to go and do that? Why you got to be over? Why, all of that. So it's just, there's the understanding, there's the listening aspect. And and even give yourselves, if this is something that you cannot deal with, that you cannot understand, you have to either make the decision right now what it's going to be, because I don't want my man feeling like he goes out and now he has to be stiff because if the bottle girl gets too close, oh, she gonna start tripping. Like, no, we don't want that. You want, because he needs to be comfortable in his element and what he does as an artist. So, but also understanding and having the communication with the person and understanding what are their PTSD triggers of things people have done in the past, you know, because things, everything that we are double checking about is from a place, is from somewhere or someone, you know. So a Law's situation, you know, the strippers triggered it.
That's a fact, you know. And I was also off. You know what I'm saying? That's another word that, like, well, you too friendly to me. You talk to too many people, your comments, you going back and forth with people, you laughing with them, you making bitches feel special. I'm like, nah, I'm just simply talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a topic that I put up, like the feedback is good, I'm gonna continue with this, with the
Yeah, because your commentary is a
yeah. So we weathered the storm. Like, it's good.
so in Law's situation, and both you and Kay, it's perfect because one of the things is people forget about relationships. You realistically, everyone, and I blame social media. Everybody, the Gucci prime example. Every chick loves the relationship goals, but half of them chicks wouldn't have held the dude down the way she did. That's just the fact. But they look at that and see how happy they are, and they don't realize that took building communication and time. You know, it doesn't just overnight. Your girl's not gonna understand that. Okay, this comes. No, it takes communication. Your husband understanding when you're here, and you have to post this. It doesn't just happen overnight. We are in a good space now because we battled through it.
But see, we live in a time where it's microwave, so people only see, like, as you see when celebrities get pregnant and they post it, and then people are like, well, dang, they just got with this person, but they don't understand that they've been doing this behind the scenes. So they've been building behind the scenes. You don't get to see everything. So you may see us smiling, but you don't know what we had to do to get to this smiling point. It takes work. It's not just we get together and everything is fairy tale on social media. It takes the real work being done off of social media. And that's the problem. We got to learn how to communicate. We have both parties, women and men, we both have to learn how to communicate with each other.
Yeah, that's the biggest part. Yeah, you have to stop doing our relationships of false narratives. Like, that's the biggest false narrative.
The biggest false narratives.
Biggest false narrative. You try to base your relationship of sister or real. You know, KO and Gucci. Them, how many ever years he was locked up? I guarantee it was probably ain't speak. Like, relationships.
And she said it. She said it. There was times she was over because he's in there, she's out there. And if you've ever, at any point in time had your dude be in that situation, it's not easy. It's not easy.
And then look at it from
survive.
Saying you dealing with a woman that's been in the industry, you know what I'm saying? And then she's dealing with guys that was popping just like you. You know, she had a private relationship with Yo Gotti. Imagine you behind the wall, your girl out here doing whatever. You don't know. She could be with Yo Gotti while you know what I'm saying, on lockdown. You don't know. Gucci is the individual himself. You know what I'm saying? So it goes into so many different avenues, so many different streets. It's just,
I get sometimes people that'll be like, oh, they see me and Burn and be like, oh, relationship goals. I was like, please do not make us our goals, honey.
Okay, yeah.
First of all, we work at this religiously every day, and just do you, be you, understand what you got going on, and build there. And on our end, we will hopefully let you see that hard work. Somebody says, why social media play this huger than life role when no one really cares outside of who you're in your relationship with? Because it's still so I said it earlier, it's mental, it's psychological. proving something to people that have no input, no ability to make your situation work is here.
Yeah, we can even talk about Cardi B and Offset right now. You know, like me personally, I feel like Cardi B is having a lemonade moment. You know what I'm saying? Like the album is about to drop. You feel me? WAP is the hardest song on the radio right now. It's the perfect time to say about it or something. Then you're gonna talk about it on OnlyFans that you have to be a subscriber for, what you have to pay for. That's a bag. About to run up a bag.
Yeah. I mean, she's being smart. She's capitalizing on the situation.
But who's to say that they're really getting the
I think she might go back. I have a feeling she's gonna go back because she could be pump faking, and I'm rooting for her to go back because I feel like a lot of our younger couples they quit too much,
but
and he has to grow. He didn't grow yet. He admitted it. Like he was not mature when he married her. He just married her. We don't know why he did it. He could have been pressured. She could have pressured him, or outside, the industry, the labels. They could have pressured him to get married at that time.
But Kate, check this out as well. Who's to say that they're not together?
They might still be together. They just pump faking for the media.
Pump faking the fans. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna get a bag off of people being nosy. You know what I'm saying?
Song called Press.
Yeah, everybody
They
wants.
know that.
Everybody wants to feel relatable. You know what I'm saying? Like it took Cardi 3 years in a whole career to divorce Offset. But these same women that's laughing at Cardi, 7, 8 years, no keys, multiple outside children, is laughing at Cardi. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
I feel like anybody, one that's not married, ain't never been married, cannot say anything about Cardi. Like, because you haven't been in that situation. Is a bigger commitment.
Marriage is very different. I will say marriage.
Commitment.
People think shacking up is the same. I don't know what that damn paper does.
It does something.
It does something beyond the legalities. It does something, and you be like, wait the.
Because it's a commitment that you make in front of God. So it's like you want to make it work. You want to do what's right. But everybody has their own different setup of how their marriage, their own model on marriage.
But to Law's side per se, we also got to remember we didn't even really realize they were even together or married till it leaked.
Which is true.
So it's hard to even really know.
Now I'm an industry insider, so I know fashion behind closed doors. They'll be like, them two? Really? Yeah, and it's been going on. So, like I said before, who's to say that Offset, Culture, Cardi is not just sitting behind the phone laughing at the play they everybody right now?
I could believe that. I could believe that. Because I mean, it's the move. It's like what Beyonce and Jay-Z set up. Like, come on, they're gonna talk about us. So why not put it out there so they could talk, and then we can get our money back. We can get our money. We're cool. Drop your album.
Also, right? Egos haven't been as hot as they've been recently. They going through stuff with QC. So who's to say what kind of bag Offset sitting on right now? They be like, yo, they gonna believe it because
even when he dropped his album, it was like fresh off of the whole issues with Cardi, and people tuned in and listened to what he had to say.
The public already believe that habitual cheater. They all believe that. So
shit.
Yeah. So now let's look at it. If Cardi B has an OnlyFans that's like 8-9, and she probably got like 3-4 million followers. If anybody has already paid to hear this little side of it, how much money is that going on OnlyFans? She could probably make a good $6 million off of it.
The capitalism behind it is intense on so many levels. From a business aspect alone.
But you got the entertainment industry to understand it in front of you. Like the regular consumer is not that. They just gonna assume, oh, Cardi about to leave his ass, and don't understand that they could really put a play together behind closed doors, aware of.
I mean, that honestly, I feel like that about how they handled Andrew Gillum's situation right now, because his wife had filed for divorce. But if there's one thing we all know about politicians, their wives know everything that's going on. It's just about a matter of how the handler ends up handling the situation or after the fact. So this whole interview he just did revealing his situation was orchestrated, was put together by his wife.
Yeah, come on, man.
Face, because that's some tough stuff to see. Like, that's some tough stuff to find out.
So it's like, now how do we
clean it up?
How
do we clean it up?
Olivia Pope already gave how things go in politics.
What? Listen, I be Olivia Pope in every situation. That House of Cards, and there's another show, Billions.
Right down the road.
Them two, I'm like, this happened because of that. And then now the fixer got to come in, and shout out to Kerry Washington, because she really put us on a whole nother mind frame.
They've been trying to fix this shit with Gillum. That was a lot of shit.
Yeah, that was a lot.
So she knew she abreast of everything. You know, might get into politics soon. She got
the wife divorcing notion or headline that keeps them in the headlines. That keeps his name somewhere. They let that die down a little bit, and then what do? Right close to election time, boom, drop this interview, revealing this, and then of course have the wife help be part of it to kind of make it seem like they're, because it's hard. They always tell us it's hard to really sell a candidate that's single.
It is. That's why Cory Booker was hard.
Now that's gonna play right in LGBT's hands. So now it's gonna be a fan favorite.
Yeah. Because Broward is, for example, we have 3 openly gay mayors.
Right.
You know, so that's becoming a new thing. So before it was like, don't announce your sexuality, but now, and they didn't denounce a gender. They didn't say he was just gay or he was just straight. They left it where there's options. So he doesn't really offend or outcast anybody in particular. And you're just like, okay. I'm telling you, shout out to their PR.
Yeah.
So let's see. Our time is up. I'm gonna start with Law. Let everybody know where they can find you, support you, stream you.
You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Law. You can find me on Facebook. Law. You can find my page, Crispy Bacon, Instagram, Block Lamb. I'm on TikTok, Block Lamb. Everywhere you can find the lamb at. You hear me?
Listen, it wasn't until like the night before it hit me. This nigga said Crispy Bacon. Ain't this bad?
I didn't hear that.
It says you can call me Fred Flip too.
Go ahead, Kay. Let them know where they can find you.
I'm simple. You can find me on Instagram. I am _K Jackson, and on Facebook, Keasia Jackson or K Jackson, or I am K Jackson. Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed you both. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So everybody make sure that, give me just a moment. Did I freeze? I froze. Okay, there you go. Just make sure you support, share, comment, like, and we're done. All right. Out.